Mary is with us in Toronto, Canada. Hi, Mary. Welcome to the Ramsey Show.
Hi, thanks very much, Dave. Thanks. Hi, Rachel.
Hello, Mary.
Thanks for taking my call.
Sure. How can we help?
I'm curious if you could just wanted to get some advice or your advice on some advice that we had received about a mortgage. And we have a mortgage in first place on our home and then a line of credit that we haven't taken any money out, but that is in second place as a mortgage. And we're in a position where we can pay off that mortgage coming up soon. But the advice we were given was that we should keep that. So we have a mortgage in first place, line of credit second place, and that would prevent anyone from fraudulently putting another mortgage on our home by keeping that those two first and second place mortgages on there.
Where did this advice come from? A banker?
The bank.
A banker told you should stay in debt.
What, Mary?
And here's what's sad. This is a particularly ignorant banker. Not only because the advice is ludicrous, but it's asinine. Let me walk you through it, okay? Here's the thing.
Yeah.
Let's say you pay off your house.
Is it different in Canada? Let me say this. Is there any difference? Because she is in Canada, so I just want to throw that out there.
I cannot imagine that Canadian law allows fraud. Okay?
It's not that it's allowed.
No. I'm answering Rachel's
Yeah,
question.
sorry.
I'm answering Rachel's
I
question.
jumped in, Mary.
Okay,
sorry.
so if someone fraudulently puts debt in your name of any kind, including on your house, it does not stand. It gets removed, and it doesn't cost you a thing. You just have to go to the trouble of removing it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like, and having a mortgage on your house does not protect you from that. They could still put.
Attractive was his point.
Do what?
It makes it less attractive for somebody to pick us as a victim.
Well, guess what? Mortgage fraud is not rampant in the U.S. or in Canada. It is the most difficult kind of fraud to actually accomplish for a crook. It's a lot easier to steal someone's identity and open up a credit card, like light years easier to open up a credit card in your name than to do this. And so here's what you ought to do on the basis of this moron's logic. You should go deeply in debt and stay deeply in debt all through your life, because then you're less attractive to identity thieves. That's how ridiculous this is, you know? So no, absolutely not. And by the way, don't ask the fox about the hen house. I'm going to ask a banker if I should stay in debt. That's like asking a dog if it's hungry. Oh, my God. 100% of the time you should stay in debt. It's what I live for, is to put people in debt and keep them in debt. That's what Mr. Banker says. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, no, darling, no.
It's amazing how they just play on the fear.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like that's the interesting part.
But, I mean, that's the best you got? That's the best? I mean, it would have been the argument that you keep your money and put it in an investment that makes more than your mortgage interest rate is at least logical in the argument's sake.
Yes.
This one is not even, this one's like fantasy screwed up stuff. I mean, no. The number of paid for homes that get a mortgage placed on them fraudulently is approaching zero. It is a very, very, very small thing. And if you're concerned about that type of thing, you should have identity theft protection anyway. All of you have. In the States, we would send you to Zander Insurance. I'm not sure they issue it in Canada, but I can't keep up with what Canada does and doesn't do.
No, but the only reason I didn't know if we were going to get into like mortgage law or like very specifics, that are different.
Fraud is fraud.
Yeah,
and
that's
so
right.
if someone signs your name and, without a power of attorney to anything, and they put your name in debt, you are not liable for that. There's 0 times that you're liable for that debt.
Yeah. So how would that happen? Can we just like go down that rabbit hole for a quick second to have?
It's a very complicated thing. I mean, you have to sign as if you're her, and then you have to record it at the courthouse on her house.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a complicated fraud.
Yeah.
It's very difficult to pull off because there's about 3 layers of stuff you've got to do very clearly.
To your point, it's not just like a credit card.
No, it's very easy to do a credit card fraud.
Yeah.
I mean, people do credit card fraud all the time, but
Right.
the mortgage.
Oh, look, 0.83% of all mortgage applicants are fraud. Less than 1%.
Yeah.
So there you go, Mary.
Oh, that's the applications, and that's not even.
Yeah, that's fair.
And that's
Okay.
not even it was not even issued then.
Yeah. So Mary, it's a non-issue.
Yeah.
So no,
it's going to be like 0.0008
Yeah, that's
that it
right.
actually occurs,
That's right. Yep.
And so it's a non-statistical thing. But if you're worried about fraud, and you should be, because there's crooks everywhere, you should get identity theft protection from Zander Insurance. Everybody ought to have that. We buy it for all of our employees here, all of our team, all the Ramsey team members. It's a benefit of working here. It's one of our HR benefits, and because we believe in it that strongly. Because there's just something all the time. If you haven't noticed, they're stinking call me all the time on my debit card and go, "Is somebody using your
Yes.
account? Is that you?"
Which I so appreciate.
Is that you in Mexico? Yeah, I'm down there again. But I mean, it's golly.
It sounds so sketchy.
But
Dave's
Cabo trips.
Hola,
But yeah.
Dave.
Hola.
I do appreciate my bank, though. They're very on top of it in
Yeah.
that sense. Like, I do get.
Well, because it costs them money,
Oh, yeah.
not you.
Yeah.
That's why they're on top of it. It's
Yeah,
not,
well, I
it's
appreciate
not.
it.
It's not. Yes, they're service oriented, and that's not. It's
Yeah.
good that they have some service, but
You
it's not.
complimented a bank.
Well,
How'd
but
that
it's
feel?
really not
How'd
that
feel?
altruistic. I mean, because it's their money that's going to be lost, not yours.
Yeah.
They're trying to protect themselves by giving you service. That's the thing, and you got to keep this in mind with banks. But Mary, that's a thing that comes up all the time, and
Or doesn't come up all the time.
no, I mean the fear of this runs all over the
yeah.
internet.
Yeah.
I'm just really shocked that a banker actually came up with this as the reason to stay in debt, among all the other possible reasons that a banker could have given. This guy's really lame. So I mean, he's like bottom fishing here, serious. But that's the way it is. And
Glad you called, Mary.
there's nothing. Rachel, I've been doing this for 30, almost 31 years coming up on now here, and it turns out that 30 years from now, when I'm not here and you're still doing this, the questions will probably be the same.